What's up everyone? So the other day I made a video basically just talking about Skate Season 1 and my thoughts about it, and this video got over 400 comments. By the way, thank you so much for the support, and I kind of just wanted to go through some of those comments and see how you guys feel about Season 1 of Skate. And before we get into it, I do want to clear up one thing. A lot of you understood what I was trying to talk about, but a lot of you also, I think, kind of misinterpreted my point of the video. I was by no means saying that I dislike the game in that video. The only thing I was focusing on in that video is Season 1, the release of Season 1, and how Season 1 affected the game. I absolutely love Skate. I always have, and I only want to see this game succeed. That is why I was, giving so much constructive criticism to Season 1. I doubt anyone at EA would ever watch my videos, but on the rare chance that they do, I would just love to be able to offer, as a community, constructive criticism that we could give them, and kind of our thoughts as a community on how they can improve the game that we all love. I absolutely love this game. I actually happen to think the skating is the most realistic that any skate game has ever had. I think the skating feels the best, and I just want this game to succeed and thrive. And I really don't want to keep making videos like this. I really just want to enjoy the game. I just want to skate around, and I want to make content of me skating. I don't want to rant. I just want the following seasons to be amazing, and I want us all to like the game. But I think it's important because I want to bring attention to EA, how people feel about their game. Okay, so with all that being said, we're on YouTube now. We're going to review the comments together. But if you did not watch this video first, I highly recommend you do. That way you understand what these comments are talking about. To sum it up short, I basically thought Season 1 was a big letdown. It was very lackluster, lacking content. I thought the skate pass was lacking. And yeah, just overall, I think Season 1 brought a lot of bugs and glitches. So yeah, that's the gist of it. All right, so at the time of when I'm recording this, there are 411 comments. I obviously cannot go through all of those, but I'm going to do my best to go through a lot of them. Okay, so the top comment that I pinned says, they decorated the game like a 11-year-old girl's birthday party. I just don't understand why they do this. I actually thought this comment was so funny. I know EA was just trying to celebrate Season 1 by putting balloons and colored ramps, but yeah, this comment was pretty funny. It is true though, they barely gave us any new challenges or any new content, and they just threw up some balloons and some colored ramps. All right, Jay Weezy says, if EA or 2K is leading the way on a game in 2025, it's 100% fucked. LOL. They don't listen to anybody. Okay, so I do think EA has made a lot of really amazing games, but I do understand and somewhat agree, for their live service games, they are definitely pretty stubborn and out for the money usually. All right, Rob said, just let me go in the door of a building to get to the top of the building. That's all I want right now. That's actually so funny, and I didn't even see this comment, but that would be really nice. All right, Daniel says, there not being any game modes is starting to piss me off. I think I free roamed for longer in Skate 4 than I did in all of Skate 3 at this point. LOL. I definitely understand this comment, and I do wish that they gave us at least one new game mode in Season 1. But I am trying to hold out because they did announce that we are going to get new game modes. So I'm trying to be patient there. This comment is actually crazy. It says, this game feels like having a hot girlfriend, but she's also dumb as rocks. It feels good and shit, but spending all day with her is boring because there's not much to talk or do, and people say you can't complain because she's hot. That's actually so funny, but I understand the analogy. I understand what you're trying to say. He's basically saying the skating is amazing, but there's nothing else to do besides the skating. And look, in previous skate games, when you finish the story mode, all you have is the free roam, which is fine. But we have more places to free roam, more game modes to do, just more shit in general. I know we're going to be able to make custom parks in Season 3, but if they at least release that with the start of Early Access or Season 1, at least we would have been occupied. We would have been making crazy parks. All of us would have been skating together on lives. That at least would have held us over. All right, this comment's actually a little crazy. It says, you probably don't know this because you already maxed out all your districts. All my districts are already level 10, but they increased the XP grind with no benefit. XP from challenges dropped from 50 to 35 each. Yes, if you haven't noticed, town XP now only gives 35 instead of 50 from missions. And they increased how much XP is needed to rank up. Yes, if you haven't noticed, they shadow nerfed the districts. So now you need more XP to level up each district. I needed 5,000 to 6,000 XP to max out my Hedgemont, and when I logged in after the Season 1 update, it said I was 0 out of 7,000. I replied and said, I saw that today after I made this video. That's actually insane. Yeah, so they nerfed the amount of neighborhood XP that you get from challenge missions. Then they also increased the amount of XP that you need to level up your districts. So yeah, just a little concerning and kind of scary that they're kind of just like doing shadow nerfs without like announcing it to the community. Hopefully they do announce this at some point, but as of when I'm recording this, they have not said anything about it. All right, this comment says, I feel like the bugs are what really gets me. Like I want it to be good so badly, but it just doesn't feel polished yet. All right, yeah, I completely agree. And before you guys come at me and say, oh, it's early access, Skate had an early access. It has been being play tested before its worldwide release of early access. It has also been out for like 3.5 weeks before season 1 got released. So the fact that season 1 got released and there's more bugs than before season 1 got released is crazy. If you have not experienced it yet, there's a really bad bug slash glitch just trying to log into the game. Sometimes it's either an infinite loading screen, a black infinite loading screen, a gray infinite loading screen. Sometimes you can load into the game, but then when you get into the game, you can't like move your cursor or do anything. And then when you are in the game, it sometimes just completely crashes and boots you out of the game. There's another glitch that I don't know if anyone else experienced yet, but when you turn off so you can't see like other players' quick dropped objects, when you turn that off, it turns right back on. And sometimes when you turn it off, it doesn't even work. Like the objects will be invisible, but you will still run into people's placed objects. So yeah, season 1 just brought a stupid amount of glitches, and I really hope EA can fix this before season 2 drops, because season 2 doesn't drop until December, I believe, or was it November? I don't know, November, December. And that's going to be a long time of annoying glitches. All right, this comment says, I missed the photo op challenges. They were easy, but I could easily spend an hour trying to get a photo worthy trick and then finding the best camera angle and then only see the magazine cover image once and be satisfied. Completing a challenge in Skate is just disappointing when you check the minuscule amount your currency has increased. That is completely valid and understandable. I also really missed the photo op challenges, and I really hope they will kind of bring that back and just kind of make new challenges, because I'm pretty sick of the line challenges and the session and own the spot. All right, Nathan said it was doomed when they mentioned it was going to be live service. I understand where you're coming from, and I don't disagree, but I just really hope that they can go about it right and make this game succeed. Because yeah, I would have preferred to pay $60 and get a full game that I can have 30 years from now. But obviously with a live service game, it's possible it could shut down in 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. The point is, it's possible it can shut down. If they don't make good updates, then they aren't going to make money, and then they aren't going to stay open. All right, this comment says, don't worry guys, in season 2 we have 2 new mini ramps and their color is pink too. Yay! And the best thing is, you have to wait 1 year to get season 2. Yay! That's EA right now. Man, these comments are funny. I mean, look, season 2 will be here sooner than we know it. Time goes by fast, but I understand because season 1 just came out, and within an hour of playing season 1, there's nothing to do. So waiting for season 2 is definitely going to feel like it's taking forever. All right, so this comment is kind of talking about what I was just talking about before. It says the fact that this game literally has to make continuous revenue to keep itself alive is worrying. Because at any point, if they have a couple bad seasons, the game might just die. Especially now because EA is already heaps in debt. This is exactly what I'm worried about too. And especially when they just had season 1, arguably their most important season, because that is the first impression that it's going to make on your players. And season 1 was bad. I have seen thousands of players that already lost so much interest and already put the game down because of how bad season 1 was. All right, bro, it's a free game. Just let them cook. I've been waiting 15 years for this game to come out and we don't even have to pay for it. The glitches will get patched over time, and the pass doesn't even matter because it's just cosmetics. If you want name brand stuff, just buy it in the shop and ignore the pass, which is what I did with Vans shoes. Okay, well, let's address some of this. So, as far as the glitches will get patched over time, I agree, they will. Like I said though, season 1 is arguably the most important season because it is what makes the initial impression for the player base, and that is the season that is going to matter a lot regarding retaining or losing players. All right, and then you said the pass doesn't even matter because it's just cosmetics. All right, the pass matters immensely because if people do not buy the pass, that is a major loss of revenue for EA. And if they do not make money, your free game that you're so happy about will be gone. And that brings me to, bro, it's a free game, just let them cook. Like I said, I would pay $100 if it meant I could get an amazing new skate game that I can keep for a lifetime without having to worry about it going away. But with a free game, if they don't do it right, if this pass doesn't even matter, if people don't buy it, your free game will be gone within a very short amount of time if they don't make money. Man, some of these comments are just so stupid. I shouldn't even put them in here, but I'm trying to cover a wide range of all the comments. All right, here we go. Bro, I don't know if you ever played a video game or seen how it was made, but do you really expect them to add a whole new town or mechanic only 2 weeks after the game came out? No, I don't expect them to add a whole new town only 2 weeks after the game came out. But this game has been in active development for over 5 years, so I would expect that they would have at least season 1 ready to go and have something a little bit more grand planned. All right, and then he tags 5 minutes and 30 seconds in my video. Let's see what I said at that time. But yeah, I mean, adding some colored ramps, throwing up some fucking balloons, this is not content. Do you know how long it takes them to add some yellow ramps, some yellow balloons? That's like a fucking 10-minute process. That is not content. All right, so at 5 minutes and 30 seconds in my video, I said it takes 10 minutes to add colored ramps into the game. And he says, no, as a past student in video game making, level design doesn't take 10 minutes. Even the tiniest level design can take hours or days to think of and design. And not talking about the modeling and texturing. Dude, no fucking shit. Okay, I didn't see this comment until just now, but let me just read the rest and I'll show you my response. You are just someone that does not know what he's talking about and never got interested in the video game industry. I'm not defending EA. They're doing some things wrong, but you cannot expect any studio to do so much in so little time you ask for. All right, so this dude is just commenting, assuming that he knows everything about me. So I just saw this and I said, hey man, you don't know anything about me, so you probably shouldn't assume. My brother has a master's in 3D sculpting / animation. I grew up watching him make countless models and 3D worlds. Guys, when my brother was going through college, we lived together. He would make worlds that you can actually game in, and he made all the level designs for it, all the sculpting, all the structures. He made everything for it. I know how long this process takes. So that's why I went on to say, when me saying it takes 10 minutes to add those ramps, that is called exaggeration. I thought it was pretty fucking obvious that I was just exaggerating. It takes 10 minutes. But I did say, with that being said, they already had all the models made for the ramps that they added with season 1. Therefore, recoloring and brushing them up a bit is not a super lengthy process. So for this, with all the ramps already being made, what I meant was like on the skateway. Now, I know obviously like the giant mega ramp around the orb and everything, those they did have to make from scratch. But I mean, just coming into my comment section and assuming that you know everything about me, like you are just someone that does not know what he's talking about and never got interested in the video game industry. Like, bro, I just can't even give that any more time of day. All right, so this comment says, agreed, the past content is pretty dire and it's entirely subjective in terms of appeal. So depending on fashion sense, many people would be able to get the items they love for free with a small bit of grinding, whilst others would have to pay to get the items they like. It's very RNG. Now, I completely agree with that. I completely agree. Some people may hate the skate pass. Some people may absolutely love it. You're very right. When it comes to clothing, it's going to be completely opinion-based and biased. At least adding game modes seems to be on their roadmap. I look forward to this game reaching 1.0 with some substance, but it is EA, so I won't be holding my breath. Sadly, because of the Impervatech, or how it's called, I think Hall of Meat is a complete write-off. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much how I feel too. Like, they did announce they're adding game modes. It is on their roadmap. I also look forward to this game and its future. But like you said, it is EA, so I also won't be holding my breath. But I do have hope. I do have hope that they will care about Skate and the Skate franchise, and I hope that they will do it right. All right, not gonna lie, the stickers would be good if you could select where and how many you can place. Same with hats. I completely agree. I actually got so many comments saying the same exact thing, that if we could place more than 3 stickers on a board, rotate and zoom them in and out, and if we could just like completely sticker bomb a board, that would be awesome, and I would have like no problem with stickers filling up the battle pass. Then he said, also, I hate how the whole map is just fucking city. It's so draining and uncreative. We need village towns, shopping malls, parks, woods. Skating a city gets boring in Skate. Maybe it would be okay if the town has actual like flavor, creativity, and stuff. Which, yeah, I completely agree. All 4 villages that we have right now, Hedgemont, Goldcrest, Market Mile, Brick Switch, they all feel like exactly the same. And I know we're going to get new areas in the future, but it would be really nice to have somewhere refreshing to skate in the meantime. Like, EA, if you're watching this, let us go back to the tutorial island. Like, literally just letting us go back to the tutorial island, which is like kind of a mega park. That would be fucking awesome. It's a big mistake to make a skateboarding game that doesn't cater to skaters. That sounds funny, cater to skaters. Yeah, definitely. You definitely have to, be careful with skateboarding games. At least when it's a series like Skate, where we've had 3 previous games and they've all been fucking amazing, and then you just go and change it up so drastically. Like, we all grew up with Skate, and kind of like what this comment says right here. Honestly, they think kids are playing, but I guarantee you the majority of players are 25 to 30 years of age. Yeah, the majority of us are older now. And when you're making a new skate game, it's kind of crazy to change it so drastically. Not that there's anything wrong with changing it drastically. Like, it's okay to do something new. It's totally okay. But at least, like, do it good. But, like, for example, with the Tony Hawk games, I grew up, I have played every single Tony Hawk game as they've released. I freaking love them. They've never changed. They've never changed the core of Tony Hawk games. They're all the same. If they were to just suddenly change the way Tony Hawk games are now, we would all be like, what? What the fuck happened? Here's another comment that says stickers would be way cooler if they were decent, but also if you could just add as many as you want and change the size and where to put it. As a founding founder, I'm sad and I want my $50 back. Yeah, see, and that's totally valid. And this is the kind of stuff that EA needs to try to not have. They need to make their players who spent money happy. All right, right here, Lucas said, I think I have an unpopular opinion, but I actually like the game. Haha. It's still in early access and there's going to be some bugs and glitches. I completely agree. Also, it's free to play and not like a game that you have to spend $70 on immediately, so I think it not being a finished product is understandable. They are going to add much better cosmetics, pro skaters, new areas, all of those things. The first pass definitely isn't great, but definitely some cool items for sure. I like how you can just pick and choose which ones you want to buy. Also, a lot of items in the boxes that you unlock with the chips are great, and that's all completely free. I think we just have to give it a little time. I mean, look, I'm completely with you. I do think we have to give it a little more time, and hopefully it will improve. As far as not having to spend $70 on it immediately, you do have to understand that comes with the risk that they need to make money now in order to stay open. Or I shouldn't say now, but they need to make money throughout the game's lifespan in order for it to stay open. I do agree they will add much better cosmetics. As far as pro skaters, they never promised anything about that. I honestly don't know if that will come. New areas, all those things. Yeah, we should get new areas. It just sucks having to skate the same 4 areas for so long because we have no idea when those new areas are coming. But yeah, my response was I like the game too. I still think the skating is the best out of any of the skate games. Like, look guys, I can admit that. The skating in Skate 4 is the best. But yeah, Season 1 is a bit disappointing so far. And he said 100%, you can't expect a free-to-play to drop and it to be perfectly polished off rip. Debatable. I recommend everyone get the $50 deluxe pass. I will say, no game is perfectly polished off rip, but some can be more polished for sure. I love the costumes. You get great cosmetics and the skate pass premium included with the 6,000 sand van bucks. It's really a no-brainer, saving the bucks for future passes that have more pro and name brand items. I understand where you're coming from. I can't personally recommend everyone get the $50 deluxe pass now. I do think it has decent value, yes. But I think maybe wait and see how the direction of the game is going to continue to go. If you're a diehard skate fan like me and you do want to support the game to help it stay open, then yeah, spend the 50 bucks. All right, so this comment says, most of your criticism is fair, but did you really expect them to add an entire new city/district to skate in the first update of early access? No, I never said that. It's been less than a month since launch, and that's one of your major complaints. I think too many gamers set their expectations way too high, just asking to be let down. All right, I just saw this, so I just replied, and I said, no, I wasn't saying I want a new area right now in Season 1. I never said they should have added a new area in Season 1. But it would be nice for them to give us a time frame as to when we can expect a new area. That's what I said in my video. So far, we have the roadmap through the end of 2025, and no new areas are coming within that time frame. That was my major complaint, that it's only October 11th as of when I'm filming this right now, and we have no idea when a new area is going to come. So as of right now, we have to skate the same 4 districts until, at the very least, December 31st, 2025. All my game does is crash or bug out. Fun. Immediately deleted the game, especially since they nerfed everything fun. All right, well, it's 2 a.m. and I'm really tired now. There's loads more comments, but I don't think I can keep going. This is the last video I'm going to make on this topic. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to complain. I just really want this game to succeed, and I want to, shed some light on how people feel about Season 1 right now. If you made it this far into the video, drop a comment, let me know you're a real one. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. My video after this, no more. I'm done talking about Season 1. Like I said, just wanted to show you guys what the whole community thinks of Season 1. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to head to sleep now. Till the next one, peace out, guys.